welcome back. This is the second chapter on number. So I will start with the kind of standard of number which is followed in different segment of this world. So in India, basically India, some of the cases it is differs from the international standard, you can say. So there are deviation in Indian and international a bit, and another mode is totally separate, that is the Roman system. So I will come to the Roman system later on. First I will discuss about the Indian and international system. So in Indian system, you know, starting from the unit position, so this is the unit position 1, then 10, then 100, then 1000, then 10,000, then 1 lakh, and then 10 lakh, and 1 crore. So this is the ultimate thing we are using. After that, any increment on the number will represent it in terms of crore. Whereas in internal system, up to this it is okay, up to crore it is okay, but after that they usually use million, means before that they use million, sorry. After means if we take the example of international system, it will start from O, 10, 100, TH, TTH, 1 lakh, then instead of 10 lakh they say 1 million, and then 10 million, then they say 100 million, 100 billion, or they say 1 billion. Okay, 100 million or 100 million, 10 million, then 1 CR, then 10 CR, they are saying it 1 billion. So 1 CR, that means 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 10 million 0, 1 crore, that means 0 here, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, that means this is 10 crore, 1, 2, 3, that means it is already reached crore here. Yes, crore here, this is 10th position of crore. Then after, if it is 1, so that will 100 crore is equal to 1 billion, they say. Whereas if I take this crore, so if I say in this system 100 crore, we say 100 crore only, but they don't spell 100 crore, instead of that they say 1 billion instead of 100 crore. So after that, if it is 1000 billion, they say 1 trillion. Okay, and after that they further use some of the bigger units, but it basically differs after the crore. After the crore, and in lakh also, 10 lakh they usually say 10 lakh or 1 million. So from there the things differs. Another difference is that we start representing the number comma at the first, after the first 3, then after we follow every 2 digit 1 comma, but whereas their system they follow every time comma after 3 digit from the right hand side. So these are the basic difference between the Indian and international system. Okay, so for them they may use, after the trillion they use quadrillion, and bigger units, then they use nil also. Then after they use Edma also, and then something cent. Okay, so these are the some units, but this is not usually used in our system or their system too. They usually do up to trillion. mostly. So this is the basic difference between the Indian and international system. Now come to the Roman system. It is bit unusual and separate system, but interesting too. So Roman system, they usually use some symbol. So the different symbol that differs with a combination or with the combination of other symbols, they represent all the numbers. But as of now, the different the symbols are I, V, X, then after L, C, D and M. These are the major variation of symbols. These are the distinct or different symbols. By using or repeating the symbols, they usually represent other numbers. So this up to 3 times it is repeated, then after combined with these symbols, then after combine again, then V, and then 3 times, then X. So this is the probably no, another will come IX and X, then L, C, D and M. So these are the major variation. Now this Roman system follows some rules. So let me describe those rules first, so that any number can be represented in Roman system easily. So rule number 1, any number, any symbol, you can say symbol, can only be repeated thrice. So they cannot be repeated more than thrice. 2, smaller number comes if the smaller number comes before, then it will be subtracted. Okay, it will be subtracted, that means it will be minus. And that means if I say IV, so that means 5, this symbols says it is 5 and this symbols 1, that means 5 minus 1, it will be 4. So it will represent 4. So let me write the value of this. I means 1. If it is repeated thrice, so 1, 2, 3 will come. Then after 1V is 4 and 5 V is 5. V is 5, V1 6, and if it is repeated, then after 1x, the variation, it will be 6, 7, 8, then it is 9, x is 10, and L is your 50, C is 100, D is 500, and M is 1000. So these are the variation. Now come to the next property, where it says if it comes on the after bigger number, smaller number comes before the bigger number, then it will be subtracted. If it is comes after the bigger number, it will be added. Okay, so that means VI, it will give you 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. Okay, so now come to the next. This is up to 3. Come to the next property, which says, the next topic is 4. It says V, L and D never repeats. Just like I, X or V, it can repeat, but this cannot repeat. Fifth is V, L, D never subtracted. Never subtracted means another way you can say, if I see the hierarchy, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, L, C, D, M. So now it says VLD. So that means this one and this one never subtracted. So subtraction condition will come when it is placed before their higher number. That means if V is placed before X, then there is a question of subtracting, but V can never come before their higher number. On other way you can say these symbols or these symbols will never come before their higher number. Okay, because earlier property we have already described, any number comes before their higher numbers will be subtracted. Now it is clear that it can't be subtracted. This is the rule for the Roman. Now that means this will never come before their higher number. That we can conclude. So this is the fifth rule. Then after, your sixth rule says, I or V never come before L or C. That means this will never be subtracted from L or C. Means I or V, either of these two will never come before this. Okay. Seventh says L never comes before C. So L is smaller than C, so L will never come before C. So you can represent any number where L is needed to be subtracted. So L, if it is not coming before C, L cannot be subtracted from C. Now 8 says yes, I will only come before V and X. I will only come, one will only come V and X before. In that same way, that X will only come, X will only come before L and C. Yes, X will only come before L and C. In this, again, C will only come before your D and M. D and M. So these are the rules in 8. As because these are similar kind of characteristic, I am keeping it in same rule. I will only come before V and X. So that means this is possible. This thing is possible. Other than that, it's not possible that I will come before L or I will come before C. This kind of thing are not possible. Similarly, X is applies for L and C, and C applies for D and M. Okay. So anything I am missing? X can subtracted L and C. This is come as because X can come before L and C, so X only can subtracted from L and C. That is understood. So these are the rules for Roman system. Now I will try to represent some number. I want to show some example where I want to represent some number. Let's say I am taking 98 to represent in Roman number. So how I can write it? 90 plus 8. Now 90 having no direct Roman number, so that I can write like this, plus 8. Okay, now 100 means your C. L is 50, it is 100. So C, and as because 10 has to be deducted, so 10x will come before C. So I know as per the rule x can come only before L and C. So this also implies only a C is coming, and then plus 8 is equal to V repeats by 3, 1. So now when I conjugate or combine together, it will be written side by side only, no deviation in that. So I will write only, because there is no deviation I will keep. So keep it in mind. One similar way, if I take another example where I need to represent 108, so this is just the reverse, that's why I am taking this example. This is 100 plus 110 plus 8. Now 110 is nothing but 100 plus 10. Now see why I am showing this example, because there is a minus, there is plus, so there must be something which will change. What would be the change? Here 100, if it is C, then x is summed up. So can I write x after the C? I can write, because x, if it is coming before C, that also can come after C. Okay, this is understandable, because I can come before C, so I can come after C also. So this is C, and the remaining is same as earlier. So I will write this case V. So this way I can represent any numeric to the Roman number by following the rules. Other rules can be followed in other cases also, but for example I have shown you the easiest one. You can practice at home, or in case if you feel problem, you can definitely come and put your query in comment section. Okay, I will definitely answer your question. So as of now it is end of this class. In next class I will come with more subjects on number. Thank you for now.